So during your childhood, did you ever witness or hear of maybe from one of your other close family members, your parents maybe being disrespected in some kind of way by some of the white people in the community or elsewhere?
Yes. um, One incident that stands out in my mind was Mama was coming from Aunt Temp's house, Ursuline Adams, who lived down on East Fort Street. She was walking home, and it was about dusk dark,
Hmm.
and she was alone, and some white boys, for some reason, decided to harass Mama. And as she walked along, they broke uh, drink bottles, glass bottles, at her heels, at the back of her feet. And she didn't stop. She didn't talk. Then it was called talking back, even though they were teenagers or younger white boys, as she described them. And as she walked along, they continued to bust bottles at her heels. And when she got home, she had cuts on the back of her heels and her legs. And that's just the kind of treatment, they were allowed to get away with during uh, those times. It was just, you knew you had to wait in line as long as there was a white person that was there. You knew that they had to go in ahead of you, which was no bother. Or um,
So it was just kind of the protocol of those days.
yeah, oh yeah,
Not that it was right, but it
it was
was.
just the way it was.
Hmm.
It was the norm.
Okay, so what about school? Can you tell us a little bit about your school days as it relates to your books and study materials and stuff like that? Because you went to an all black school, it was during segregation.
Yeah, I always said that there's a reason, there are a number of contributing factors as to why blacks were somewhat behind white children academically, because we studied, I would call it second rate material, because the books that we studied out uh, were books that they would have names in them from like Keith Elementary, or I can't think of the name of the other schools, but the white kids would get the new books with materials that was current or up to date, and we would get their books. Sometimes pages would be missing out of the books or
Mm.
whatever, but that's the kind of, one of the things that stand out in my mind about our school days.